My name is Alistair Nelson. I'm from Miami, Florida, and I'm founder and CEO of Easy VIP. I'm seeking $150,000 for 15% stake in my company. So you're visiting Miami tonight. You heard about this great event going on. It's the talk of the town. So you decide to take a couple friends and a couple clients out to entertain them and show them a good time. Only problem is when you arrive at this event, there's over 700 people outside, and now your whole night is in jeopardy, and you're embarrassed in front of your friends and clients because you just brought them to an event that you can't even get them into. This scenario happens to people every night of the week. I thought to myself, there has to be a better way. I envisioned a website where people could come, view the best events in any city, and pre-purchase their night out. What Expedia does for airlines, or what OpenTable does for restaurants, we do that for nightlife. Once you find the exact event you want to attend, you can pre-purchase admission tickets, bottle service. I mean, you can even choose the exact VIP table inside of a venue that you want to attend. Once you select everything, you make your purchase, that's it, you're done. And it doesn't matter if you do it a day in advance or 3 months in advance. You can always opt to have one of our Easy VIP reps meet you in the front, walk you in, and give you the treatment you deserve. We launched in Miami, which we all know is one of the biggest nightlife markets in the world. And right away, it was a hit. So I just have one question for everyone. Who wants to be VIP with me?
So I really love this idea. It's one of those things where it's like, it's so simple. Why hasn't it been done already? Like, you know, you're like, oh, I came up with this idea because I had this problem, right? And that's where a lot of, you know, your entrepreneurial ideas should come from, you know, solving the problems that you know you have or other people have, and not being able to get, you know, being able to entertain clients and things like that is an absolute business opportunity there to be able to get in to these clubs and have it already set up for you. Now, with that said, I am curious as to why the businesses wouldn't already offer, like, why would they not have their own website and have the ability for you to like book right online? Now, this was in season 3, episode 1, so this was like 2012 time that this came out. So it's possible that, you know, the internet wasn't new, but you know, maybe it's possible that they didn't want to make that investment at the time. But now, I mean, it's so easy to be able, you know, there's so many pre-made solutions out there like OpenTable and dare I say, I think you can make reservations through Yelp. Please don't use Yelp. They're terrible. Their business practices are terrible. If you want to know more about that, go check out that documentary that came out a few years ago, or listen to John Taffer's podcast. He did a whole episode where he railed them because their practices are terrible. So, but there are things out there, and there's more ubiquity to it. But I think it's important, and I've talked about this in the past, where, you know, you really want to dial into the niche. Who is the person you're trying to speak to, and what is the problem that you're trying to solve? In fact, if you want to get a whole avatar building workbook, go over to superjoepardo.com/avatar and get my free workbook guide to help you build your own avatar for your business. That's a ideal customer profile of that person, so you know what they do, how they think, what they buy, what problems they have, and figure out how to best market to them. But I'll tell you how to best market to me is jump down in the comments down below. Like, I don't know how to say it. He or she said, please do the Easy VIP Shark Tank pitch. It was one of my personal favorite businesses and pitches so far. Ding, ding, here we are today. So if you have a suggestion for a pitch, please drop it in the comments below. I am adding a wealth of suggestions and pitches to kind of jump the line up rather than just doing it in a line. But yeah, so get your comments down below. If you have any business related questions, if you're struggling in a section of your business or sector of your business, please go and drop your question down below. I'm going to be doing some Q&A question and answers coming up here on the Super Joe Pardo channel, and so get subscribed so you don't miss any of those videos. And while you're down there, make sure you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm so you get this video into the hands of more super entrepreneurs like yourself.
How much money are you making on this?
Just in Miami, we did $90,000 net.
Really?
Gross, we did a little over 250.
Impressive.
Okay.
Just in Miami
Wow.
alone.
What are the levels of these type of venues? Are they high-end, luxury?
All high-end, all high-end. With us, it's about having the top venues in any place. When you come to Easy VIP, you can close your eyes and point to a venue. You want to be there for one reason or another. If you didn't want to be there, they wouldn't be on our site.
Last time I went to Miami, it cost me $130,000 in champagne.
Yeah, let me tell
I
you.
could have called you and you would have saved me some money.
Let me tell you. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Wow.
Some people came to our site, they were from out of town, well, actually out of the country, I think like Russia or something like that. And they pre-purchased their night to an event, right? 2 months in advance. I think they spent like $1,000 on a table. Fast forward 2 months later, a big game happened. These guys won, and they went out to celebrate that night, okay?
So I happened to have been there that night that my buddy won the NBA championship.
I was there.
Once he went in there, the table minimums went to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Are you saying that night, somebody actually pre-booked with you, that person was locked in, and the promoter didn't say, you can't come in now, I'm getting $10,000?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. And once a sale goes through, that sale is final. And all of the prices that's set on the site are set beforehand.
I somewhat don't believe it.
Yeah, that makes it very tough on the bar, right? On the club, because they are definitely like, hey, we're having this person happen to be here tonight. You know, when you're in these cities that have lots of celebrities coming through or living, and they're coming through, it's like, hey, like, word gets out, so and so is going to be there that night, or so and so is there that night. You know, all of a sudden it's like, oh, we need to, you know, jack the rate up. The market rate goes up through the roof, and that's, you know, that's a payday for these, you know, these bars. So, not that they're probably making or breaking. Some of them probably are making or breaking their whole business model on that. When you talk about these high-end businesses that have a high-end costs and overhead, they are geared to be able to sustain, you know, these to change the rates as they go. It's not like your local club that just, you know, they have tables and bottle service and it's a set price, and it never really fluctuates, if it ever fluctuates at all. Maybe on the weekends it fluctuates up a little bit, but not to that level where you're spending $130,000 in one night from champagne. Ding ding. Good for you, Mark.
They may say, I'm not giving this to your people. I can get $5,000 easily here, and you're going to try to book out 10 of my or 20 of my tables?
How it works is this. Say if the venue has 30 tables, they're willing to pre-sell 10 or 5. You come to the site, you're going to get a list of events, only the top events. And from there, you select the exact table you want. A picture of that table comes up. You see this table has a $700 minimum.
And the advantage to the owner is that you're selling it ahead of time. So they know they got cash coming in. Is it only Miami?
Right now, we launched in Miami. Now we just secured contracts in LA, Vegas, and New York.
How do you even know I'm the guy with the table waiting?
The bouncer has everyone's name who pre-purchased something that night.
Listen, Damon is out every night with at least 5 girls on his arms.
No, I got 2 puppies.
He lives that life. I'm at home reading a novel every night.
Yeah.
So this is a life that I can't even relate to. And for that reason alone, I'm out.
Oh, poor Barbara.
Our whole thing is access and convenience. That's what we push to our clients. The reason why I started with nightclubs and nightlife in general is because that's the market I understand.
Let me tell you where I'm at on this deal. It's a very interesting business you've built. I admire your initiative here, but I'm sitting at home with Barbara with the dog by the fireplace.
Oh, I'm going to get sick.
I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not if you're not about that, it's not gonna be good, and it's not good for, you know, the image of the, you know, of the company, right? To be like, hey, we got investors who are stuffy and they're not into this whole party thing. They're not into the DJing, you know, big DJs there, or, you know, having celebrities be there. It's just not for them. But, you know, I like the idea a lot, but I also would say, like, I think the niche is important, but at the same time, like, why would, I feel like the niche may be almost too small, in the sense that, like, why would like hotels.com or something like, you know, one of those like booking sites not offer something like this as part of their offerings already? And yeah, they're not hitting that target market necessarily, but if they're hitting, you know, what he's gunning for is, you know, look, I'm gonna book 5 of these tables for you of your 20 that's available, right? So it's like, hey, worst case scenario, we're gonna get you that 5. Okay. I am curious though if they haven't asked about any exclusivity deals. And if you go back a couple of videos to mywonderfullife.com, you know, when they didn't have any exclusivity deals with the insurance companies or the funeral parlors or anything like that, something along those lines. Then you know you're able to get cut out for a lot. There's just an opportunity. I also feel like an opportunity there would be, say, hey, look, we don't know if the price is gonna, what the price is gonna ultimately be. You pay this minimum booking fee, and that fluctuates maybe based on the time of year, what events are coming on. I mean, you could build a whole algorithm based around that kind of stuff. And that minimum booking fee, you know, might be $500, $1,000, $2,000, $10,000 even. Especially if you're like, hey, you know, we know that there's a sporting event, Super Bowl. We know the Super Bowl is going to be here in this city this time, and the week or so leading up to that, we want to book at this minimum rate, and that's what it just is. What it is, right? So it needs to be able to fluctuate. So I don't think it's a bad idea. I just think that maybe it needs to be a little more fleshed out, in the sense of like, look, rates are going to fluctuate and all of that, and maybe give an incentive, more of an incentive than just, hey, we're your regular booking people, right? We're going to book those regular nights that don't have the Super Bowl in your town or that week. Yeah, I still think that it's not a bad idea. So stay tuned. We're going to check out his website and everything and see where Alash is at right now. And speaking of which, I'd love to have you come on the show and talk about your Shark Tank experience and where you've been at since then.
I like the idea, right? Al, I like you. You know, I see the game. I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
It's just hard for me to connect with this type of business.
And that's why you have a partner. You wouldn't have to worry about that.
Well, but I do, right? Because things I do, I like to be successful at, and I like to kick ass at. And I just don't know if I'll be able to connect enough and provide enough time to really get you to the next level. So for that reason, I'm out.
I love the idea, but I hate to admit it, but I'm a pretty old, boring guy. I don't really hang out at nightclubs. I'd love to be in on this if you can get Damon involved. I'll give you the $75,000 if you can get the other $75,000.
What percentage?
Well, I'm not there yet, Kevin.
I've always wanted to go clubbing with the Croatian. Always.
Hey, after you saw him on Dancing with the Stars, maybe, you know, Robert's not so bad.
Damon, you don't go out till midnight. I'm asleep by 11.
And here is my opportunity. Woo, woo, right? I want 45%.
Oh, man.
Robert understands technology. Yeah. So I would partner up with Robert. So, Robert, if you're okay with $150,000 for 45%.
$75,000 from Damon, $75,000 for me, and I promise I will never be seen in the nightclubs.
We want you there.
For 45%.
So that's an offer. I have to turn that offer down.
Yeah, wow, that is a lot of percentage there. Even if he's still pretty early in the game, and he hasn't turned enough money to make it, make sense. I mean, but to me, if you're $150,000 for 15%, I try and push him down to 30%, man.
Even think about it.
This isn't $1 million company. This isn't a $10 million, $50 million. This is $500 million company.
Today.
So for me to sell 40,
Not today.
but I understand where it's going. If you would offer me that 12 months ago, maybe we would have had a conversation.
Make a counter.
Impressive.
18.
Push him down 30. 18%.
18%. Crazy. 18%.
I love your confidence.
Because that's almost an insult.
It's no emotions. It's just...
Sometimes in negotiations, when we're so far apart, it doesn't make any sense. I don't want to waste your time.
No, it's no waste of time. We're talking about money. It's never a waste of time.
I love that.
So, all right. Check this out. I'll sweeten it a little bit.
Okay.
I work with a lot of artists. I work with Pitbull. He's one of the biggest artists in the world.
Ooh.
I'm going back to the 45, but I'll throw in an artist like Pitbull.
That's a big deal.
A face
For
behind the brand.
45%.
That's what this is missing.
Here's what I'll do. I'll go halves with you, but no Robert.
I hate being screwed on these deals.
It's nothing personal, Robert.
It is personal, Cuban.
Okay, it is. It is, but I don't care.
I know you don't care because you're that kind of guy. I mean, you sit there and you screw us all in the very end. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, this is just early on in the history of Shark Tank where Robert was, very much screwed out of a lot of deals, that he could have had or would have been involved in.
Has decided to come back in and attempt to kick Robert out of the deal.
I hate being screwed on these deals.
It's nothing personal, Robert.
No, it is personal, Cuban.
Okay, it is.
Cuban.
It is, but I don't care.
I know you don't care because you're that kind of guy. I mean, you sit there and you screw us all in the very end. I get it.
So, Al, I've decided that we're going to run over Robert like a scurvy dog. And Cuban and I will offer you for $150,000 at 45%. And I will bring an A-list artist as a face, and I will take that out of my share.
And I will be there to help you with the
See what
tech.
kind of partners there are? They'll throw you under the bus without thinking about it, my friend. They're
Just to keep it interesting in the tank and add a little je ne sais quoi, I'm going to throw out an offer, $150,000 for 25%.
Oh.
And, I'll come and dance with you once in a while.
Are you serious, Kevin?
I'm dead serious.
That changes
Wow.
a lot, guys. Friend, here's what I'll do.
Okay.
I'll go in with Kevin. And let me tell you something. Pitbull is a great artist, but there's a lot of artists out there. We can get that same deal. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind.
You know what, James Taylor, Paul Simon, I know we love this deal.
Yeah, that would be perfect in the club. I think it's still pretty clear, and I tend to think that Mark and Damon are not going to move from their 45%. Talking about bringing on Pitbull and having him the face of it. I mean, that is a huge ask. I think the 45% is still kind of a sticking point. I think him going to 18% is really undervaluing what they bring to the table. Like I said, maybe pushing him down to 30, 35, 40 at the lowest. It would really be the limit.
Don't even bother with that. This is just noise. So I'll partner with Robert. I'll give you $150,000, $75,000 each for 25%, and we'll provide technical services and financial depth when you need it. You make it happen in LA, in Vegas, in New York, we're there.
And that artist comes out of your percentage.
Comes out of our percentage.
Yes. It's the same deal.
You know what? It is not the same deal, Kevin. It's not the same deal because we're only getting 25%.
Just remember this. Retaining 55% of a watermelon is a whole lot better than 75% of a grape.
Don't sell yourself short.
Who was it when they walked into one of your clubs, the price of the tables went up 10x?
Nah, I remember.
But you know what? You're not selling to guys like Cuban. Let's be honest.
Well, you're not selling to people like Robert and Kevin either. I mean, Damon's probably the closest thing to that.
Guess
in
what?
this case.
I am not going to lose this deal. So here's what I'm going to do.
Come
I'm
down
gonna
40.
offer you $150,000 for 30%.
Take it.
So it's a worse deal.
Take it.
Why would he do that? He's not stupid.
Because
Look
we
at the
bring more
businesses
value.
we
We
build.
bring more value, but I need an answer from you
Right now.
You need
Right
it.
now.
Take it. Come on, Al. Take it.
$1,000
Make it
and
happen,
bring
man.
an A-list artist to it.
Okay, look, I'll keep it
30%.
interesting. That's what I love about me. I just like to keep it interesting. $150,000 for 20%.
You just took our percentage down to 20?
If you don't want to be with me, that's okay.
All right. You know what? I'm in. 75,000, each of us 20%.
When you need to have that right party at the right club to get that deal signed, we're going to be able to walk in, Damon and I, and help you close the deal. That face recognition you talked about is going to help you
Al,
close the
that
deal.
is such noise. You've proven a business model. People that own clubs aren't there to party. They're there to make money.
Exactly.
That's what Kevin and I are offering you. I'm not a big shot like Cuban. I'm not arrogant like Cuban.
30%.
Why?
Because you can trust me, I'm not in the deal, okay? People who have the most fun with their business make the most money. Ask yourself, who are you going to have the most fun with? These boring guys or those two guys? Trust your gut.
You're going to give up 10% equity for fun?
Trust your gut.
Yeah, that's a Barbara's right, and so is Kevin, right? Giving up 10% so you could party with, hang out with Mark Cuban. I would say I would counter back to Damon, and Mark, and say, let's go 25. Let's meet there in the middle there. Come down 25%. You got yourself a deal, and close it and make it happen.
Let's start with what you guys offer. Obviously, for the financial part, their offer is better. for the percentages. 30%, 10% difference. That's a lot, you know, especially as we grow and we don't know what the future holds. And as from this side, I love the tech. I love just the merchant of truth. I respect it. I understand it. But I think what this side is missing is the branding guy. So for that,
Wait a sec. Wait a sec. Let me haul this back.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. We are going to party and have a great time. We did it.
I mean, it's
Congratulations.
Not on my watch.
definitely better. We're gonna check out his website
expect that
and
from
then
Cuba,
social
not from
media.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
when I went out there, it was a feeding frenzy. The Sharks identified with my idea, and I mean, I think they saw the real value in it.
Yeah, well, let's see where we're at today. Easy VIP not there anymore. That is such a shame. Let's check out their social media. Maybe they got something going on here. They have 4,200 people following. The last time they posted was December of 2014. They had a lot. I mean, that post got a lot of engagement there back then, though. You know, it looks like it might have fallen apart. So check out Twitter. 2,300 followers there. Same post. Pretty decent engagement, but still from 2014. So I brought up allsharktankproducts.com, and according to this on Shark Tank update, it looked like they were having fun and were destined for success. Al, Damon, and rapper Pitbull were having a great time in Miami. Pitbull became the face of Easy VIP and did several promotional videos for them. And then the website is parked on GoDaddy, waiting for someone to buy it. The Twitter and Instagram accounts were deleted, which they are not deleted. I don't know why they said that. If you but the last post was 2014. We have no idea why the business tanked. You know, at the end of the day, when you're targeting these higher end business owners, higher end, high end celebrities and things like that, do they connect with Pitbull? Does that mean a whole lot to them, right? Because a lot of those people that are in business that want to go to these clubs, that want to be a part of these events or, you know, concerts or you know, DJ events or something like that, do they see Pitbull as do they make the connection? I go back to, you know, do we have the right connection, the right messaging, the right target, the right avatar for what we're trying to put together? And sometimes it's just a mix match. You know, we look at it and we're like, oh, we get it. I get it. It makes sense. You know, Pitbull and partying and all that. But the person who's actually going to go in and pay, you know, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $100,000 for one night, do they make the connection with Pitbull? Not that having a celebrity endorsement is bad or wrong. It's just, is it enough? Is it enough to reach that target market? And I just tend to think that it wasn't. It wasn't enough. And Al, I'd love to have you come here on the Super Joe Pardo channel and be in my Shark Tank Tales interview series, talk about what happened and all that. So yeah, please feel free to reach out to me in the comments below. And if you have a business question or you're trying to solve some kind of issue in your business, please write in the comments below. I'm here to help you. That's what this channel is all about. It's not just about entertainment. It's not just about learning. It's about helping. It's about helping other super entrepreneurs, right? Helping other entrepreneurs become super entrepreneurs. Shop superjoe.com. Just throwing it out there. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you learned from it. If you did, please go down, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm so we could get this video in the hands of more super entrepreneurs like yourself. Share this video with somebody that you know will get something out of it as well. And I hope you have an amazing day. Go and check out one of these videos right here or here, and I'll see you over there. Take care.